I want you to stay with me. I want you to stay, don't. I want you to walk with me. I want you to walk with me. 'Cause I've been searching for so long to find someone to share my heart with, Lord. And I have taken you for granted, and I can't afford to lose you, my love. I want you to talk with me. Hey, hey, I want you to talk, yeah, talk with me. Hey, hey, I want you to stay with me. I want you to stay, stay on me. Oh, 'cause I can't settle for a life without you, Lord. I know I can't survive. No. You are my reason, my inspiration, and I am willing to change all my ways. Oh, 'cause I can't settle for a life without you, Lord. I know I can't survive. No. You are my reason, inspiration, my inspiration, and I am willing to change all my ways. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Don't go. Don't leave. Stay with me. Be with me. Don't go. Don't leave. Yeah.
Want a healthier lunch option? Or do you need a caterer? Roly Poly Mobile is the place. Check them out at 3220 Dolphin Street, Mobile, Alabama, 36606, or on their website at rolypoly.com.
Welcome to the Brandon and Carlos Show. I am Brandon, and this is my co-host, Carlos.
Yeah, what's going on?
AKA Los.
Yeah.
Here on the Brandon and Carlos Show, we challenge you to think freely and for yourself while having fun along the way. I went way back on the intro, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
The Brandon and Carlos Show is proud to call WPMM Talk our home.
Yeah.
However, if you can't catch us live, you can always check out the replay of our shows on all digital platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. If you are watching from Facebook and YouTube, I invite you to check out our other programming by going to WPMMradio.com and WPMMtalk.com.
Yeah.
WPMM Radio and WPMM Talk are official Cheryl Underwood radio affiliates. You can listen to her show Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are U-Haul dealers. Yes, you heard that right. We do a little bit of everything around this joint. To get your moving truck and or moving equipment, stop by and see us at 1000 West Michigan Avenue from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We have an app, and it's free, so you might as well download it. You can get it on Google Play or Apple App Store. For affordable business advertising, contact us at WPMMonline at gmail.com. Again, that's WPMMonline at gmail.com. Now, that's the end of your church announcements. Carlos, how was your weekend?
It was fantastic. Busy, but fantastic. It was good.
It was a good one.
It was.
It was a good one. That music that we played before we start the show, that was. You want to tell our audience who that
Yeah.
was?
So, in the gospel musician community, we had a giant pass away, Paris Bowman. And if you don't know who he was the piano player uh, for Ty Tribbett's Soundcheck. Now, for those who don't know what that is, Ty Tribbett is a very, very, very popular gospel artist, and he changed the game as far as how gospel music is played, viewed, and even how they dress. He kind of brought Converse Chucks back into the forefront. Ty Tribbett uh, did all of that, but it was his band, Soundcheck. That was the name of the band.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Soundcheck.
Yep, that was the name of the band. He had his brother Thaddeus Tribbett on bass. He had Spanky on drums, and then he had Paris Bowman on keys. Then he had Pudge Tribbett on percussion, and then I forgot there's one more I'm missing. And forgive me, for those who listening and watching, but he had another brother on guitar, but Paris was on keys, and Paris is a virtuoso, and he passed away a couple of days ago, and he's played for a variety of people, man, both in the gospel realm and secular. He's from that Philly, Jersey area, and they produced nothing but monsters. He came out during the time of the neo soul movement, when it was going on with the Roots and the Jazzy Fat Nasties, Jill Scott, Music Soul Child. Uh, Touch of Jazz Studios, James Poyser, Vidal, and Andre. He came out during that time frame, and he's played with them, produced with them. Those are the heavy hitters who produced the neoclassical soul sound that we all know and love with D'Angelo and Common and all of them. He was a part of that stuff, and Paris was, like I said, a virtuoso. And so I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple times, just in passing. But he was always a really cool, down to earth dude. And so we wanted to pay tribute to him by, just opening the show. That was some of his own personal music that he had been putting out over the last 4 to 5 years. So, R.I.P. Paris. R.I.P.
Definitely R.I.P. That is, man, we're losing musicians.
Yeah.
Left and right. We're losing people.
Yeah.
I get it. People been dying since the beginning of time.
Right.
But stuff is just starting to hit closer to home now.
Yeah.
In the music industry and the entertainment world, and definitely we'll keep his family, and those affected in our prayers and thoughts. I saw it. I woke up to it. When was it? Sunday?
It was. I want to say it was Saturday night.
Yeah, but I didn't see it until Sunday.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I saw it, and I'm like, I knew the name.
Exactly.
R.I.P. And I was like, oh God. And then I start seeing the musicians. When you start seeing this one hits hard, something.
Yeah.
Someone died. Very.
Yeah.
With that being said, you should give people their flowers while they're living, because once they're dead and gone, it's over with. They're not gonna see your tributes and the flowers and stuff. And with that being said, I want to give flowers while those here at WPMM Radio and WPMM Talk, while y'all are alive, because truly you, Carlos, and the rest of the staff here at WPMM Radio and WPMM Talk have been family. And man, who would have ever thought that I would have come from Tennessee and found some new family down here in Florida, in the personalities of the host and the staff here at WPMM Radio and WPMM Talk. I love y'all so much that I'm willing to fight for you, because I know that y'all willing to fight for me. And lest I get teary-eyed, It's okay if I do, man. I'm about to be 40 this year. Talk about me. Just watch me because I'm about to pivot and we about to do some great things. But
Exactly.
to Carlos, I love you dearly and thank you for your support. To the CEO of this company, Jeffrey Dawson, to his assistant and companion, Sarah, to Kimberly Therese, to DJ Tread Eye, to V, to Frank, to Mike Riley. I
Yeah.
love y'all. I
Yeah.
mean the world to me, and I just want to get that out.
Yeah.
So, shake it off. If I miss, I'm gonna say like the church people. If I
So
if
you
I
can't
miss
forget
your,
about Losi.
oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Losi.
Robert Losey, the other Los.
Yeah,
See,
man.
that's what happens when you get all caught up, and emotional. And if I missed you, Carlos will remind me, and that's why it's good to have
I don't
family and
say DJ
friends.
3X.
Yeah, DJ
Sammy
Threads.
Sam.
Yeah, yeah, Sammy
Yeah,
Sam.
man. Frank, man. Shout out to Frank.
Yeah, yeah. I
Doing
love
big
all of y'all.
things, man. That's WPMM's own, man. They went out to Fort Walton Beach this weekend.
Yeah, and I saw and lit it up.
Yeah, they
They
did their
went
thing.
they went up. I saw Trey Campbell. He was on the microphone, and I
Yeah.
think that was him.
Yeah.
And it looked like them, and he was getting everybody hyped up, and it
Yeah,
was a
man.
great thing.
Man, they doing their
Um,
thing. Shout out to them.
they are doing their thing. Well, listen, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Brandon and Carlos show on WPMM Talk Radio. You can listen to us on WPMMTalk.com, or you can actually go and download, um, you know, the app.
Yeah.
Like,
Download Google Play,
hmm
Apple Store. You can tell Alexa, hey, yo, play WPMM radio.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
She'll
right.
do it.
And speaking of the website,
Yes, sir.
I dare you to go to WPMMradio.com right now. Just do it. I mean, but don't end the feed. Surely you got more than one device. But if
They
you
use some
don't,
tabs. People use some tabs.
yeah, use tabs. If not, I tell you what, check it out later. We have a brand new website, WPMMradio.com. Again, that's WPMMradio.com.
If you check
Uh,
the very bottom, you'll see who does our website. Very professional. Very professional. If you need a website, holla at you.
Yeah, just look at the bottom.
Yeah, look at the bottom.
We're not gonna pat ourselves on the back today. All right.
It's like,
All right. So
what's
let's
up?
talk about the weekend.
Yeah,
You
how was your
said how-
weekend, man?
My weekend, man, it was awesome. I was able to spend much needed time with my family.
Mhm.
I also was able to play live
Okay.
in church.
Yeah.
You did too.
Yeah. I did.
And let me tell y'all something. If you are a musician or a creative and you're used to having an audience, oh, I felt so good playing in front of people and not just playing to empty air and open space. And I know my pastor was so excited because he was preaching. I mean, I ain't never seen him that excited. He was like a kid in a candy factory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and he said, "Listen, y'all, if I messed up my sermon today, just forgive me because I'm just so excited to see people." We had a good number of people
Yeah, we did.
at SJD, St. John Divine Missionary Baptist Church, where the illustrious pastor is Dr. Joseph L. Marshall, Senior. Yeah, check out some of our live feeds. You can hear his awesome sermons. The sermon he preached about yesterday. I don't know if you listen to Kimberly Therese, but it actually touched my soul. And I listen to the Word of God I do every Sunday. I know y'all don't think I do what I do, but yesterday's sermon it really hit my heart, and it did it well. Well, listen, we got a big show in store for you.
Yeah,
We're going
yeah.
to be talking about a teacher that resigned after taking a photo of their foot on the neck of a 10-year-old black student. We're also going to be talking about Jamie Foxx and his Oscar that he won yesterday.
Yeah, we're just gonna be talking about Oscars, more specifically the Black Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about it on the other side of this break.
Yeah, don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for an all-natural product to help you grow your hair both naturally and healthily? Well, look no more. Healthy Crown Hair is here for you. Healthy Crown Hair is a handmade product that features over 25 all-natural ingredients such as emu oil, Jamaican black castor oil, peppermint, amla, lavender, and more that is sure to produce results. Our hair growth aid comes in both a cream and oil. To purchase product, please go to www.healthycrownhair.com. That again is www.healthycrownhair.com. Healthy Crown Hair is a black-owned company and thanks you for your support.
And we are back. You are listening to the Brandon and Carlos show on WPMM Talk Radio. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this this I don't even know what to call this person. What trying to be respectful as I can, but this fool. But I'll read the story. Um, the title is "A Texas Teacher Resigned After Taking a Photo of Their Foot on the Neck of a 10-year-old black student. According to Yahoo.com, Taylor Artery is the author. A Texas teacher who took a photo putting their foot on a black student's neck resigned. The photo was reportedly sent to the mother of a child as a joke, according to WFAA. The teacher was on leave before submitting their resignation, local news reported. Here's the backstory. A Greenville, Texas teacher who reportedly took a photo of their foot on the neck of a black elementary student has resigned, according to Foxx 4. The image was text to the 10-year-old student's mother on Tuesday when a former Minneapolis police officer, Derek Chauvin, was found guilty of killing George Floyd, Fox 4 reported. The student's mother told WFAA that the picture was meant to be a joke and that the unidentified teacher said she would put her foot on the boy's neck if he did not turn in an assignment. I really don't understand the whole situation, but all I know is it was never supposed to happen, the student's father said.
Right.
Shamil told WFAA. The photo shows the student lying on the ground with the teacher's sneaker on top of the student.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher was placed on leave for what the Greenville Independent School District called a staged photo amid an investigation, but resigned last week, WFAA reported. Today, Greenville ISD accepted the resignation effected immediately of the teacher who took a picture of her foot on the neck of a student, provoking outrage in the community. The school district said in a statement Friday. According to the statement, officials were set to discuss the teacher's potential firing during an upcoming meeting on April the 27th. We deeply regret the distress this incident has caused, and I am accepting the teacher's resignation, Greenville ISD Superintendent Demetrius Liggins said in the statement. Nonetheless, we will report what occurred to the State Board of Certification. They will determine what action might be taken concerning her teaching certificate. Fire her. Well, she's already fired. Get rid of the certificate. That's my comment. Liggins told Fox 4 that the photo was poor judgment by the teacher. I personally don't believe that there was any malicious intent or racial issue there. It was just poor judgment and an extremely inappropriate thing to do, Liggins told the outlet. Which reminds me, I need to read this. The views and opinions expressed by individual radio hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official position or policy of WPMM Radio. WPMM Radio does not intend to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything.
Yeah.
I need to read that about 2 times after this. So, Carlos, I'll divert to you. What's your reaction?
Well, upon reading it this morning, because it was one of the first stories that popped across my news feed, I was just like, in today's climate, joke or no joke, certain things you just don't joke about. I remember when it initially happened last year, and there were literally people across the nation who were reenacting what transpired, a year ago to Mr. Floyd. And so that particular case in this particular climate is very, very edgy. Very edgy. Very edgy for both sides. And for you to, for all intents and purposes, reenact it, even if it was a joke, was just in poor taste.
Let me get my thoughts together. Because initially the first thing is WTF.
Yeah.
But I want to speak intelligently about the matter
Right.
and not just blurt out bad words. But in any climate, that's inappropriate.
True.
Um, I mean, can you imagine getting a picture of said sneaker
Right.
on the neck of your
10-year-old.
child?
10-year-old. Yeah.
I don't care if it's my 50-year-old son.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing, I mean, I will I will unplug everything in my house. 'Cause I know I probably won't be coming back there anytime soon. Facebook, what's your reaction? Do you think that it was okay for this unidentified, which I don't know why she's unidentified. We know it's a she because of the pronouns that was used in the article, but um, we should know who this teacher is. I mean, because
Uh,
in any climate, I don't care if Jesus has returned and we had candy, apples falling from the tree, and candy cane, lollipops, and Milky Way rivers of chocolate. Um, Even then, it wouldn't be appropriate for anyone to put their foot on the neck of a child and send it to the parent and think it's okay. Like I want to see what the person looked like. They have to be remedial. I mean, they they would have to. I mean,
and,
um,
I mean, and,
surely no
yeah.
no person with reasoning skills or average or reasonable person would think that that's okay.
I mean, let alone an actual teacher. So yeah, that was crazy. And like I said, that was one of the first things that came across my feed this morning. So
And she resigned, which they said they were going to fire her, but they believed that it wasn't malicious. That's they just said it was poor judgment.
mm-hmm.
Um, how is that not malicious?
Like a malicious indirectly. Okay, I'm trying to be objective
Yes.
because my thing is, if you really thought you was gonna get in trouble for it, would you send it to the parent unless you was trying to be spiteful? But she wasn't trying to be spiteful. It was supposed to be a joke. It was poor. It was in poor taste, as I said before. And like you said, in any climate, that's just in poor taste. But
What if the plot was twisted and it was a black teacher?
oh, well, I mean, black teacher would never send. If the black teacher did it, they wouldn't send it to the parent. I don't think.
I want the person identified. Now come on, y'all.
For what?
Y'all done found Tupac and Biggie. Find out
They
who
know
this.
the person. They just felt like they didn't. It wasn't needed for her to put her on blast. She already
But why
has
not?
made.
But why not? Don't you think if you're gonna report the story, don't you think we have the right to know? So that we can at least address the person and our disgruntledness, so we can, write a little letter.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because we got the names of said incident. Who it happened to.
Right.
We know exactly what school district it was, and I'm pretty sure we could put two and two together and do some investigative skills and find out what classroom it happened to be in.
Sure.
But the baby wasn't hurt, and she's lost her job, and she might lose her teaching certificate. So,
she needs to lose her teaching
so
certificate. That's not just a slip up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we all make mistakes. God knows we all make mistakes. But some stuff is damnable to the point to where you should lose your teaching certificate. Because you got to understand, you're teaching children, and you have the ability to either put that child in a position of success, and you also have the ability to ruin that child's future, all by the way you teach.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, all including this incident. How does the child feel? You know what I mean? Surely it's a 10-year-old child, right? So I'm sure good and well they know. I was a black student at that. Uh, sh- Surely
Which I
they
said,
know.
which is the reason why I brought up the climate.
That's right. Surely they know the climate that we're in, and they would be wondering why would my teacher do something like that?
Well, I think, like I said, it was supposed to be a joke. So, like I said, it was in poor taste.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you take the next topic because
Yeah.
that one is I have to recover from
Well,
the
let's go over here.
festivity. Is that a word? The festivity that I'm experiencing right now.
Let's go over here. Tashura Jones was elected St. Louis's first black female mayor. Now, we mentioned it on the last show, but we kind of mentioned it in passing because, the last show we had to kind of miss. So it's been 2 weeks since we've been on. So I want to highlight that. Tashura Jones, elected St. Louis's first black female mayor. It's pretty dope.
St. Louis.
St.
I
Louis.
figured they been had a black mayor. As many of us
Man, well,
are there.
you know, you would think. So, according to CNN, Washington CNN, Tashura Jones on Tuesday, a few weeks ago, April 8th, April 7th, uh, of St. Louis will become the city's first black woman to hold that office after running a progressive platform and a promise to reform and revitalize the city. Jones, the city's treasurer, beat Alderwoman Kara Spencer by 2,280 votes, according to the final unofficial election results posted online by the city's election board. Jones was sworn in April 20th. After a victory speech, Tuesday, Jones reflected on her historic win. This campaign can unequivocally say that we've begun breaking down the historic racial barriers and racial divides that exist and have existed for generations in our city. I keep trying to tell, and I'm gonna stop right there. But shout out to her. Um, upon my, moving down here to the south, and me talking to some southern folk, and them being in the region that we're in, where slavery, of course, was prevalent. You know, a lot, some of the folk, who have not been up north had no idea of the racism that takes place up north. And I would tell them, I'm like, down here they'll just openly be racist. Up north it's hidden. It's way more systemic. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
I understand.
yeah. And so and then if you begin to look, at some of the bigger cases that have happened, the majority have been up north. Minnesota, you can't get any further north than that. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the next place you're at the North Pole after that, right, buddy?
Well, you at Canada.
I mean, that's where Santa Claus live, right?
The
Right
North
there
Pole.
in
He lives in
Quebec.
the North Pole, but that's still got to go through Canada and some other stuff.
Oh,
But but it's been a lot of different things. You had the Michael Brown situation, in right outside St. Louis, not too many years ago. You have the Jamel Robinson situation, who they're actually bringing that back up to review. That one was a little close to home because I knew of him and he knew my family in
is that the
Chicago.
one where the Facebook feed was on while the police, like the phone dropped? Is that the one in Indianapolis?
No. That
Oh, okay.
that was Sean Bell.
Okay.
Jamel Robinson happened in suburb of Chicago last year, I want to say, and he was a security guard. He apprehended a suspect who had a gun, basically kept everybody safe, apprehended him, held him down until the police came.
And then they shot him
And they
instead
shot
of.
him.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and they
It's
shot him.
it's so many.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah,
just,
I mean, we've had one just last week. Just last week, where a gentleman was shot literally on the phone after he got a ride from the police officer to the house,
wow.
and the police officer thought his house phone was a gun.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, boy, we get more stuff mistaken as guns
Right.
than we actually do with guns.
Yeah.
We didn't have cell phones, wallets, keys, house phones.
Or just the color of their skin is taken to be a gun.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've seen so many videos of people that don't look like us,
Hmm.
like have knives, guns,
Yeah,
and
knives, guns.
and then the police
Hit.
apprehend them without any fatalities.
Yeah, yeah. Knives, guns, stun guns,
I saw a
sticks.
video of somebody
They
who,
get hit with a car, truck, sped off down the road with them hanging off of, you know what I'm saying, the car in the middle of traffic,
I,
and they're still apprehended with little to no injuries.
that's right. And I've seen one last week, and I know didn't necessarily happen last week. It happened, further, like last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, and it was a video of a man who had a knife, and he was actually, moving. I know the radio audience can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually like mimicking, waving my knife, and at the police, and the police, backed up. He had his gun out, and the man even charged him. Yet he didn't shoot him. The police didn't shoot him. Obviously, you could tell that there was something wrong with the man's mind. Either he was high, uh, on something,
Man, that
or,
don't even
or or just deranged, and yet they took him to jail without
yeah.
any fatality.
Yeah, that don't even matter because remember the case a few years ago when there was a autistic kid or adult actually, but he was autistic in the middle of the street,
Yeah,
and his case care worker, went out there and
I
was like,
remember
"Hey,"
that.
he's like, "Hey, he's
Mhm.
autistic. Let me talk to him and get
Right.
him up out of here."
Yeah, I do
And
remember
he
that.
sat up there with his hands up, and he gets shot. I'm like, "How do you get shot trying to help a special needs person out,
And
and you don't have a weapon?" You're not trying to attack the police. You're not trying to rob, steal, kill nobody. You see what I'm saying? And
right,
you somehow get shot. How does that happen? Which that I don't understand. It's things like this boggle my mind. But then you want to act like we bring race into everything, and I'm like, first and foremost, we don't want to bring race into everything.
no,
But when we see stuff that we know is not right and is not even, then we have to question like why am I being shot for holding a house phone? Why am I being shot for helping a special needs person out?
right,
You see what I'm saying? Why am I being shot when I'm not posing any real threat?
right,
And if I was, why don't our white counterparts get shot more?
yeah,
I'm just saying.
right. And I don't want,
Not saying that you should shoot them.
I don't want the, and I'm choosing my words wisely here. I don't want because there's the quantity
Right.
of these people of color and innocent people getting shot by the police. I don't want the quantity of them make us so numb. That's what I'm afraid, that we get to the point to where we get used to it. We should never get used to that.
That's the
Does
thing.
that
Like,
make am I,
yeah,
am I
you yeah,
articulating that well
yeah.
enough? Because I mean, I'm so angry about this that like I'm stuttering and everything, but um,
Which which leads me to this particular case, and I was apprehensive about bringing it up, but I made reference to LeBron James
yeah,
in this particular case. So we got to give at least some background. I was gonna save it for a little later. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allude to it right now,
okay,
and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump back into it a little later on in the show. But the young lady in Ohio, that's the same day that Derek Chauvin's guilty, guilty, guilty verdict
mm,
came out. She was shot and killed because she was wielding a knife. Now, granted, she was in fact attacking, you know, the girl. However, four shots in a mass, yeah, and I understand it's I'm gonna put it out there. I understand that he was trying to save the other girl. I get it. I do. But there's so much more to that story. and I really don't believe he had to kill that girl. That's 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 my opinion on that. I having seen the footage several times, I don't believe he had to kill that girl. Now, I alluded to that. That's the background. He shot and killed her for center mass because she was, in fact, wielding a knife. Because she got in an argument with two of her foster sisters uh, about allegedly cleaning up the house. The sisters were not even there anymore, but they were supposed to be celebrating her birthday or something of that nature. And things spiraled a little bit out of control. You know how family sometimes gets into it. Um, LeBron James commented and tweeted. Um, I'm just going to allude to it now, but we're going to talk about it a little bit later. But he alluded to it on his social media, and then he later retracted it. But he said, the reason why he retracted it is because he felt like he was causing more, of a stir.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But since then, he's been attacked by various people uh, who is hilarious. Former president attacked him. Some other politicians and government officials attacked him.
What former president?
Uh, the 45, the yellow, the orange idiot, as G likes to say, the orange idiot.
Wow.
Yeah, attacked him. O.J. Simpson attacked him.
Now wait a minute, OJ.
O.J. Simpson.
OJ.
We are talking about O.J. Simpson.
OJ. Now what?
Now hold on.
Come on, OJ.
This was funny. Now this was absolutely funny to me. 45 attacks, and we know his character he doesn't even have any character. O.J. Simpson attacked him. We know that his character is suspect. Then what's his name? The governor of Texas. Um, the one who left his people in the middle of the blackout.
Uh, Rubio.
Uh,
Marco Rubio.
no, not him.
No,
What's his name? I see his face.
Texas.
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. Yeah.
Ted Cruz had something to say, and I'm like, I know these people who are of no character
Right.
attacking LeBron, who has all the character in the world.
Right.
That should just let you know that these folk, they talking about he's trying to incite a riot and incite violence.
Wow.
I'm like, man, if you don't stop with the stupid rhetoric, and then of course they told him to shut up and dribble.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, y'all crazy.
Real quick, Carlos, I just want to give a shout out to our Facebook viewers right now. We got Miss Wheeler. She said, "Hey y'all, hey, how you doing?"
Hey,
We got Queen Sarah. She says, "I agree. The officer could have slowed her down. It didn't have to be fatal."
exactly. It's like I said, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, when we see our white counterparts being way more violent, being way more aggressive, and getting still they live. And this is the crazy part. We know that in many times that they killed many people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about the how many mass shootings have we had since January?
You want me to ask Siri?
I think it's like 34 since January.
Too many.
Yeah, because we had, matter of fact, let's go to Knoxville, Tennessee, right quick. Where you from?
Yep.
They came out that the police officer lied on that young boy.
Yep.
That young boy didn't have a gun.
Wow.
Not to shoot the police officer. Now he ended up having a gun because he thought he was going to have to protect himself because the father was supposed to come after him after school. But while he was in school and they apprehended him, he did not have a firearm. The stupid police officer shot himself and came out and lied and said the boy shot him, and that was the reason why he killed that little boy in the bathroom at the high school in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And they obviously can take the bullet and match it up with the gun.
Right.
So,
right. So you mean to tell me that this boy died because you lied and shot your dumb self?
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
You know, my reaction to that whole the girl wielding the knife, and
Yeah.
she was the police officer killed her in hopes of saving, the other young ladies. See, my take on it was this: it was more than one of those girls.
Right.
Now, when you're fearful for your life, let's talk about being an adult.
Mm.
If that was an adult, and say someone came,
Oh.
some
Go ahead. I'm
just
sorry.
just hear
Keep
me
going.
out.
I'm
Say,
sorry. I'm getting some information.
say someone came to your house. I don't care if it is family member or foster family, and you were fearful for your life. Don't you have the right to defend yourself?
Well, let's
Right?
yeah, yeah. Let's look. I got some facts that just
Give
came
me
across here.
facts, please.
All right, so some of the because it made no sense to me.
Okay.
So uh somebody went to the memorial yesterday and spoke with the family of Micaiah Bryant. Those
Micaiah
girls,
Bryant.
those girls, one was a 28-year-old adult who came to Micaiah Bryant's foster home 3 days in a row trying to fight her. The foster mom is the one who had the girls come fight Micaiah, claiming she was unruly. Everyone in the entire house was against Micaiah, and when her father came, she finally felt safe enough to come out and fight. Imagine a 15-year-old thinking the process of having uh, I have a 28-year-old and older, others, and her own foster mother calling her to have her beat up. Micaiah's little sister was the one who made the 911 call. 3 days straight all by herself. I'm sure Micaiah was extremely scared, but felt she had to be brave and protect herself by any means necessary. This information hasn't come out in the media just yet, but if the investigation is done properly, there's transparency, you will hear all about it. Had the cop tased her or simply attempted to stop her from stabbing the girl, he could have found out that that's why he was there all along. The foster mother and adults are involved at fault. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I mean, that's my take. I don't care who it is, uh, what it is. If they're trying to attack you and there's more of them
Yeah.
than one,
Right.
I don't care if it's just one. You have, especially if you feel your life is in danger. And
Exactly.
I didn't know there was an adult involved. Shame on the adult.
Adults, plural.
Yeah, shame on them. And then I
Because
mean,
and yeah, you're
I
absolutely. Because
wonder
my
how.
thing is, why would she come out wielding a knife to a kid?
Right,
She obviously had to fear her life was really being
right,
threatened to wield a knife.
right,
And y'all just come up guns blazing. Oh, they're black. Just bow, 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 bow.
right.
Y'all don't even think twice. Oh, they're black. Let's kill them. Like that's what it is.
And even if it wasn't what it is, that's how we perceive it because we have no other way to think about it because of the climate that we're living in. So you
Exactly.
want us to stop making things about race. You all stop making things about race,
Exactly.
which leads me to why we're doing this documentary.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that when we come back. You know what that music means. It's
That's
time for a break. We'll be right back.
right after this commercial's played.
Want a healthier lunch option? Or do you need a caterer? Roly Poly Mobile is the place. Check them out at 3220 Dolphin Street, Mobile, Alabama, 36606, or on their website at rolypoly.com.
Now, who was that?
That's Paris.
Wow.
Paris was a monster. I keep trying to tell everybody, Paris was a monster. People don't realize that when Ty Tribbett and Soundcheck and all them was doing that back in like from '02 to like '07,
Yeah.
them boys was like 18, 19, 20 years old. They was our age, bro.
Yeah, they was back. Yeah, our age back then.
Oh, yeah.
Not our age now.
Yeah. I mean, they still the coldest in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, and Paris was amongst them. Like, they all grew together to be just monsters and legends. Like, if you go look up any of their track record, you go look up any of, just what they've done.
Right.
Like, after Ty Tribbett, at that particular time when Ty, had that whole ordeal situation happen, Spanky was Jay Dizzle, what's up, sir? that was the CEO coming to check in.
Yeah,
coming to check in, say hello.
We always make room for JD when he comes in.
Right.
Well, I stop mid sentence.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But Spanky was and this was at the height of Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
When everybody was trying to get to that particular drum throne because that meant sold out national, international tours, make major money.
Yeah.
And Spank went in there. There is YouTube footage of him being at the audition, and all the other drummers are on their drum sets, and Spank just does what Spank does,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else was like, "Well, that's a wrap."
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, "He's clearly the best. There's nobody better," and Spank took the job. And like I said, Lady Gaga was at the top of her, what's the word I'm looking for? Top of her, top of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then you look at Thaddeus Tribute, which is Ty's brother. He went on tour with Jill Scott with her first tour, which I happened to see them on the 80s. What was that? 826. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody knows about Jill Scott's live album, that's him with Fatback Taffy, with another tribute, Eric Tribute. Them tributes run deep, boy, and they all musicians.
Yeah.
And Eric was on drums and doing his thing. So I mean, they just a bunch of monsters. And that's who Ty had on his, GA and Victory and all that. Those 3 albums that they did, which changed, gospel music history. So yeah.
Yeah, that whole album, is that the one with the flute player?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That song?
Yeah.
And that album kills.
Oh, yeah. There's a boot. Oh no, doom, doom, doom,
yeah.
doom, 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 doom. They brought that fusion.
If you don't like gospel, it's okay. Because you can listen to Ty Tribbett and just take all the Jesus words out.
And you ain't even gonna know.
And you ain't even gonna know. You can sit there and just enjoy that music. And I highly suggest you do, because the music that we're playing today on today's show is that of Paris Bowen. And he passed Saturday or Sunday, one of the days. He passed. And out of respect, Los wanted to play his music.
Yeah.
Which it is very relaxing, and I needed to hear some of that music today. Thank you, bro, for picking those songs out.
Yes, sir.
Which leads us to our next story.
We're gonna jump into the Oscars.
Yes, we're gonna jump into the Oscars.
I'm a little upset, but I'm happy at the same time.
Hopefully, we're gonna win an Oscar one day, right?
Well, we're gonna shoot for it.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot for it, and we're gonna tell you why right after we talk about this story.
Yeah.
All right. Jamie Foxx Soul wins Oscar for Best Animated Film.
Yeah.
I wish I had a clap.
I was like, we need the clapper.
Where's the clap? DJ Dread, where the claps at? There we go. We put our own claps.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx, man. That was dope. If you've not seen Soul, it is one of the dopest.
Go watch it right now.
Animated movies you'll ever watch, period.
We'll talk more about it as we get into the story.
Yeah.
But you need to go watch it. Don't watch it right now. Wait until the end of our show. Then go watch it. And you will not be disappointed.
Exactly.
So, a Pixar film is the first Pixar movie with a black lead character.
Yep.
Where's the clapper box again? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
According to people.com, the author is Alexia Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Foxx hit animated film Soul has nabbed an Academy Award.
Right.
The Pixar animation studio film won the Oscar for Best Animated Film at Sunday night's award ceremony.
Yeah.
Claps. Thank you. Thank you. Beating out fellow nominees Onward, Over the Moon, Shaun the Sheep Moving, Farmageddon, and Wolfwalkers. This film started as a love letter to jazz, but we had no idea how much jazz would teach us about life. Ooh, that's a deep statement.
Yeah.
Director Pete Docter said, "We don't have to control what happens, but we can, like a jazz musician, turn whatever happens into something of value and something of beauty."
Yeah.
Doctor also gave a shout out to the cast, including Foxx and Tina Fey, calling them amazing.
Yeah.
Our main character, Joe, is a music teacher, so we'd like to thank music teachers and art teachers everywhere, he concluded.
We love music teachers and art teachers. Shout out to them.
You make the world a better place.
No
My
doubt about it.
wish tonight is that we can follow the example of jazz musicians, that wherever we are, whatever we have, we turn it into something beautiful.
Can we put a pin right there just real quick? Let me interject right there.
Yeah.
Remember about 20 years ago when schools across the nation was trying to take away
Band program.
band programs
Yeah,
and
of
music programs, bro?
Yes, of course.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember. Yes, very well. Because I'm a product of band.
Yes.
I'm a product of jazz band,
Me too.
orchestra band, marching band,
Pep band,
concert band, pep band,
symphonic orchestra.
Yes.
Yes.
I was in all of them.
Yes.
And, shout out to my music teacher, my piano music teacher, who, golly, I forgot my very first one, who used to smack my hands with a ruler because I was chording wrong. Because I was one of them kids that knew music before I took music.
Right.
And so I was like,
which is the reason why we hopped in, because we thought it was gonna be an easy A.
Yeah, because I was gonna just make my own music. I already knew how to play, but then I didn't realize, there's a correct way to play. And she would smack my hands because I was putting the wrong finger on the wrong, on the wrong notes. But yeah, I'm glad you did put a pin in right there, because we do need to give music teachers a shout out and creative teachers a shout out. The art teachers.
Yes.
Because you are raising and you are tutoring and teaching kids how to make beautiful things.
Yeah.
Whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be you take a can and slice it up and turn it into some sort of abstract art.
Man, improvisation, how to think on your feet, how to take something that's structured. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is pretty structured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's rules and regulations, but we also know that there's that improvisational thing that you got to learn how to, ride a wave.
I got a story. I got an inspirational thing.
You got a story?
I got to.
Go ahead.
All right, so listen.
Hold on, wait. Story time with Brandon. Here we go.
And when I say a story, more of an illustration, like if I was preaching, this is your illustration. But
go ahead.
What I learned about jazz, like seriously, this is something that really taught me something very valuable about life.
Right.
Is that when you listen to jazz, it sings so all over the place.
Exactly.
You got the okay. Now, if you take the jazz components and listen to them individually, you will hear what we call in music a term called dissonance. Y'all say that with me. I'm preaching a sermon. Say dissonance.
Come on. Dissonance.
All right. So dissonance, what dissonance means is it's out of place.
It feels out of place.
It feels out of place. And I beg you to just hear me what I'm trying to say about this.
Brother.
And dissonance it seems out of place when it is out of context.
Right.
All right. So what am I saying? It's kind of like baking a cake.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't just take an egg and crack it and throw it in your mouth, nor would you take your hand and scoop it down in some flour and throw it in your mouth and eat, because it'd be nasty.
Right.
Nor would you really sit there with a spoon and just eat sugar.
Right.
However,
However, I have done that though.
if you take everything and put it in a bowl,
Right.
and do like Big Mama used to do with that wooden spoon,
Gotta whip it.
and stir it all together, then you taste it. Raw egg and all. Guess what? It tastes good, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Because in and of itself, it is not tasty. But when you take it and mix it up, it sounds good. What did I learn about that? And I learned a valuable lesson in life. Sometimes stuff happens in our individual lives that's just not tasty.
Right.
It's just not. It's bitter to the taste. It's an undesirable experience. But if you take that same undesirable ingredient and mix it up to the totality of your destiny, you will have a beautiful, a marvelous cake that is very delicious and tasty to eat. And that's what I learned from jazz music.
I'm gonna tell you what I learned from jazz music, because since you took it there, I'm gonna tell you what I learned from jazz music. Jazz music, again, always has a foundation. The first half of the song is all foundational until you break out into solo parts. But check this out, solo parts. Okay, you have to understand that everything has a foundation. You got to learn how to play your part. I can't play what Brandon's playing.
That's right.
Brandon is on keys.
That's right.
So he has a rhythm. Doom 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 doom.
Right.
Now, if I was doing what he was doing, then it wouldn't be. I'll be stepping on his toes, and we wouldn't have the variety.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So if he's doing doom doom doom,
right.
I just took y'all from the Louisiana jazz to a calypso beat.
That's right.
Just that fast by me playing different notes.
That's right. That's right. But you mix it all together,
boy,
and it's so beautiful. And we can go on and on about music. And I'll be very transparent with you, about as transparent as a heart surgeon goes in and cuts open someone's chest to expose their heart. That's how transparent I'm gonna be with you right now. And that is, I lost my love for music at one point in time in my life. I got totally burnt out of it because it became common to me.
Right.
Never let something you love become common to you. What do I mean by that? Every time, if you love something, whether it be painting, whether it be music, whether it be cooking, let every experience be extraordinary. The moment that gift becomes basic to you, you will get burnt out. So how do you reignite that fire? Well, you got to go back to your first love. What I did to go back to my first love is what Carlos suggested for I to do, and that was to be creative. Instead of just taking a song the way the artist wrote it, be creative with it.
Right.
You know, I'm a composer, songwriter, a lyricist.
Right.
As well as a melody come up with her. I don't know the proper name. Composer, melody.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I people used to call me and say, Brandon, here's the chorus. I need the melody to this. Boom, boom, boom. Right. And I would do it. And I was so much in love with it. And I've done that for over 15 years. And I got burnt out doing it. If you notice, that's why I'm doing a lot of stuff now. I'm on the radio. I got my own IT business. I'm a filmmaker now. These are things that were birthed out of me because I thought it was something else for me to do.
Right.
But I didn't realize that my higher power had it designed to be a part of the music as well. And so, you know, shout out to Pixar for even taking on the task of painting people of color and putting them on the screen in an animated way and actually get the features right.
Yeah.
The lips look like black folks' lips.
Yeah.
The ears look like black folks' ears. Even they got it on down to playing the notes on the freaking keyboard.
Man,
like
shout out to Questlove too.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep shouting out. That's fine. But I just want you, when you go watch it, if you haven't watched it, and say you just tuning in, we're talking about the Pixar movie Soul. It won an Oscar. Jamie Foxx was the lead actor, so he's the first black person to win an animated lead actor Oscar. All right, go watch it. Look at him play the piano. Joe is the man's name.
Yep.
Look at him play, and you will see that his fingers are actually lined up with the actual notes that are being played on the piano.
Exactly.
I find that amazing.
Yeah.
Like that hasn't been done. I remember watching Disney.
Yeah.
Remember Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
and they didn't get it right. He'll just be hitting any damn note.
Yeah.
And
Oh
and
no, they
you know
really
they
they
got
really
this right.
took it time to be precise. And then Questlove was, of course, he was the drummer. So, but they didn't have Questlove playing the drums. They had him as the voice of the drummer.
Yeah,
But he won an Oscar
yeah, he did.
as the voice of the drummer who he didn't play. And Questlove is a world-renowned drummer.
Yeah.
I forgot who the drummer was. Shout out to him. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. But you were cold because they were doing like original tunes and things of that nature for that movie.
They were.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was
And so
incredible.
if we're hyper excited, you will understand if you were a musician.
Right.
If we're hyper excited, you understand if you were a person of color, because for so many times when we look at these cartoons and they depict us, to me, this is just my perspective. They get it wrong so many times, and sometimes it can be offensive. Even going on back to when they intended to be offensive.
Right.
The minstrels,
minstrel
painting
show and
the
blackface.
exaggerated lips, and
Right.
This movie was well put together.
Well put together.
It is something that I'm proud of. It's something that I'm comfortable showing my child.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to spoil it for you because
Right.
I'm not gonna spoil it. If you haven't seen it, we're not gonna spoil it. We're not gonna spoil it,
We're
right?
not gonna spoil it.
All right, I'm gonna make.
But
sure.
it won an Oscar, so
But
you should go watch it.
You should go watch it.
Okay.
But what I will say is this: the movie is not about what it seems.
It's not.
It's not.
It's
when you
not.
watch this movie, like I swear,
It's kind of like Inside Out.
you'll be crying.
If
the
you
whole
ever saw
time.
that, I love animated movies. It's kind of like Inside Out. It's way more in depth.
You'll be crying the whole time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was sitting up, and I'm a crier, and
I'm not, but I did shed a tear because it was dope.
And
Yeah.
I will not. And I'm not, I'm very proud of to be a crier. That's how I express my emotions. Don't let me cry and be angry at the same time. Because
Yeah, that's what it's going to get all back.
Yeah, that's right. But I was crying of that watching that movie of joy, and just how it brings meaning. That's why I love the arts, because the arts show us the meaning of life.
Oh yeah,
They do.
It allows you to be creativity. Okay, because you took it there. So I'm gonna talk to the people real quick because you just struck a nerve. Now you just struck a nerve. I am a teacher. Okay, I'm a teacher. I teach math. I teach algebra 1. Okay. Shout out to my people over there at Escambia. Shout out to Mr. Alberton. I don't know if you're listening, but you should be. Anyway, we teach algebra 1. If we were like the dry eyes commercial, X plus 3 equals 7, wouldn't nobody pay attention to us. We keep it interesting and fun. A, we meet them where they are. 2, we play games. 3, we use music. Like, I'm always using music as a teacher.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to get them extra credit. I'm like, all right, this particular person passed away. This is actually an extra credit problem that I put on the quiz. So this particular person passed away, and he was responsible for discovering Tupac. And they was just like, oh, they was like, we just saw that on the news feed. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, now mind you, these are kids that was just born 13 years ago. They have no idea who Shock G is. They have no idea who Digital Underground is because this was before their time. So I had to kind of like throw them a kind of, some bones in the hopes they would get it. Now, not all the kids got it, but a significant amount of kids did.
Yeah.
This stuff like that, when you know what I'm saying, you bring something creative that gets the kids, to really pay attention. Now, with my particular class, they kind of they've been through a lot of stuff. They've been through, I ain't gonna give you the whole background, and they kind of they us. You know what I'm saying? They a little hard to deal with. They us. You know what that means? They us.
Yeah.
So they kind of left out there to drive me and Mr. Alberton. I've been able to come through and really kind of turn things around. But we were able to manage to get on a levels because we were able to be creative. I'm a creative. I come from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from a very creative school. In North Central High School and Ivy Tech. Community college and the IU. all three of those. I ain't graduate, but I went there. I'm about to graduate though, yo. Look out for that. But anyway,
Yeah.
but check it. Those are all three extremely, extremely, extremely creative in the arts schools,
Yeah.
especially IU and North Central. You know what I'm saying? Both of them have won many awards as far as, symphonic orchestra, choir music, you know what I'm saying? Jazz band. You know what I mean? IU School of Music is in the top 5 of the nation. You see what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
and I was blessed, to be able to watch and be in some parts be a part of. So, and we talk about music a lot because we're both musicians. But I got a homeboy who's an artist, several homeboys that's artists. You know what I'm saying? And they've been able to go around the nation doing what they are, painting murals and different things in the nation. Some of them, started off in graffiti and now they went across seas and they get paid really good money to do graffiti murals. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
I
it's
was I was
it's
going to
amazing.
read the rest of this
Go ahead, bro.
article, but I don't think we need to read anymore because my reaction and your reaction, um, we read enough of it to spark a nerve to actually give our
Yeah.
reaction. And I would just say that you need to watch the movie. You really need to watch the movie.
Mhm.
You said we talk about music a lot because we're musicians. I don't think we talk about music enough because with this climate that we're living in, this whether it be the pandemic, whether it be civil rights part two,
Right.
um, we need arts. We do. We
Like
need
never
arts
before.
because, I mean, have you ever just put on a song like you've been depressed and you put on a song and it just uplifts your spirit,
Oh yeah.
you know? And so I just want to challenge everybody that's listening, even if you hear this on the replay, I just want to challenge you whenever you hear this to find your love for music. If you don't have it, if you lost it like I did,
Mhm.
uh, find it again because it makes life meaningful. It does. Even when you cannot express why you're going through what you're going through, somehow kind of way, music in the spirit realm uh, fills in the blanks. It does.
Mhm.
And music is just, I mean, it means so much to me. And I have a set of music that I listen to for depending upon whatever mood I'm in.
Oh yeah.
If I'm in that mindset of man, I just messed up. Why did I do that? I go to my gospel music. you know, I put on never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. And just be crying. I would have lost it all. But now I see you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
I and then when I turn on the TV and see someone standing on someone that looked like me neck, I put on F the police.
Right.
Music is the soundtrack to life.
Exactly.
When I want to study, I put on classical music
Right. Or jazz.
or jazz.
Or jazz.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Or
right.
jazz. Or jazz. Or some lo-fi. If anybody who know who lo-fi is, it's like a jazz and hip hop combination, but it's really, really simple. Not too much movement. But yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Mm.
So let's continue on this on this
Why are you
Oscar
laughing
tip
at me?
because you wild. You would never just bust out and never would have made
Yeah, I didn't mean to. It came out of nowhere. Oh, I promise it came out of nowhere.
Oh man. Okay, so listen. All right, so we talking about the Oscars. We got some historic things happen this Oscars. All right, let's see here. Best picture was Nomadland. And the reason why that is significant is because the person who won that, she was of Asian descent. So that's
Yep,
dope.
yep. Where's the claps? Clap, claps. There we go. There we go.
Yeah. So that was the first. Okay, that was the first. Shout out to um. Well, I don't know how to, let's say Chloe Zhao, best director win, making her the first woman of color and second woman ever to win the category for yeah, after winning best picture for Nomadland. Now I've never seen that. Now I want to go see it now.
Yeah,
Because
I've never seen
that's
it.
the thing about the Oscars. Always every year they have movies that's like
I ain't never heard of
never
them.
heard of. And they like international movies that might not make it over here to the US. But that's what I love about them because I always find something that, is always worth seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go check out No Man Land.
Check it out, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna check that out. Let's see here. Best actor. Now they all anticipated that Chadwick would win this.
Yes.
They did anticipate,
Yes.
but from my rating, he did not. Anthony Hopkins won for the father.
Mhm.
Now, I have I have nothing against Anthony Hopkins. Nothing. People have said that his movie was ridiculously good, and he won for the oldest actor to win an Oscar. I don't
How
know.
old?
I don't know. I don't know. Can you look that up for me?
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah. Yep. So that's his story, and I like Anthony Hopkins. Clarice.
83 years old.
83 years old.
And can I read you a quote?
Go ahead.
At 83 years old, get my lips together.
Mhm.
At 83 years of age, I did not expect to get this award, Hopkins said of his Best Actor win in a video posted earlier on Monday morning.
And he also shouted out and made mention of Chadwick Boseman.
Wow.
He did. He gave
Good
he
for
said
him.
Chadwick Boseman was an awesome actor, and had he won, he would have been thrilled because he definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
He said all of that. Best director, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Best actress, Frances McDormand for Nomadland. Shout out to that. Best supporting actor, Daniel. I don't know how to say his last name.
Kahlua.
Kahlua, yeah.
Yeah. And a
For
black
Judas and the
yeah,
Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Now
Claps. You gotta clap.
Oh.
Every time we say something black, you clapping.
Okay, my bad.
All right, here, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you gotta clap. I'm over here trying to read. I can't read.
Well, you were the dedicated clap machine.
I'm sorry.
I was
I was like, man, do I have to be a drummer all the time?
yes. You the rhythm section.
All right. So he was running against Leslie Odom Jr. from One Night in Miami and Lakeith Stansfield for Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't know why they put him in the boat in the same thing, but I think they did that to try to give Chadwick the best opportunity to win Best Actor.
Mm.
So they put him, in Best Supporting Actor, even though it was really about Lakeith's character because it was about the Judas.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. He won.
He won.
He won.
I'm happy.
You know what I'm saying? Best Animated Feature, Soul.
So
Yeah, yeah. Best Original Score, Soul.
if we haven't said it enough tonight, go watch Soul after this show. Well, wait until later on because we got more shows coming on tonight.
Right.
Wait until we done with our shows, then go watch Soul. I promise you would not be disappointed.
Right. Let's see here. Best Original Song, Fight for You, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Let's see here. What else we got? Man, I think Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Clap. Best Costume Design, Ma Rainey and Black Bottom. Clap. Yeah. And Best Live Action Short, Two Distant Strangers. That's Black. Clap. And while we're right there, check this out. Two of the executive producers was Kevin Durant.
Black.
And Mike Conley. Black. From Indianapolis, Indiana. Double clap.
Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, we're clapping because we said every time we named someone that won that was black, we were clapping.
Right.
Because you know what? We haven't clapped enough for ourselves.
Right.
And we got to stop waiting on the other folk to clap for us. We got to clap for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So again, that's that Black excellence, man. Shout out to them. I'm sure we're missing some people, But it's only a 2-hour show. We only got 30 minutes left. We got some other things we got to get to.
Man, we've been we've been doing some talking.
Right. It's about time for a commercial break.
Yeah.
Go ahead and run one of them. Go off commercial.
Okay. We'll be right back, y'all.
Are you looking for an all-natural product to help you grow your hair both naturally and healthily? Well, look no more. Healthy Crown Hair is here for you. Healthy Crown Hair is a handmade product that features over 25 all-natural ingredients such as emu oil, Jamaican black castor oil, peppermint, amla, lavender, and more that is sure to produce results. Our hair growth aid comes in both a cream and oil. To purchase product, please go to www.healthycrownhair.com. That again is www.healthycrownhair.com. Healthy Crown Hair is a Black-owned company and thanks you for your support.
And we are back.
Yeah.
All right, listen. What was the name of that song?
Man, listen, bro. Let's listen.
That's
called
was
Digital Flow.
That's what I like to call stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid,
Digital
stupid,
flow.
stupid.
Again, R.I.P. Paris Bowman, man.
Listen, we want to go ahead and give a shout out to the people that are watching. If we don't comment on your comments right
Because we
away,
ain't got time.
no,
I'm
it
just
ain't
playing.
because we don't have time.
We
It's
just
because we are streaming from 3 different pages. We're streaming from WPMM Talk Radio, and we're also streaming from WPMM Radio, and we're also streaming from the Brandon Williams page. So I may not be able to see your comments because I might be looking at it from a different page.
I'm looking at it from my page over here. And I don't see nobody.
So I see Amber.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Shout out to the music and art instructors.
Yeah.
Thank you. Also, Miss Wheeler, I think we've addressed you once. You said, hey. Hey back. She's one of my clients.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her dearly. But that music is dope.
Yes, sir. Told you the boy cold.
Crazy dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His music is going to live on.
Forever.
Yeah. That's another reason why I believe in the art so much is because you leave your legacy when you can be dead, but yet and still your legacy lives on, whether it be a painting,
mm-hmm.
whether it be a piece of music,
mm-hmm.
whether it be a poem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to the creative people. And you may think you're not a creative people, and you just I beg to differ.
Everybody is meant to be creative.
I beg to differ. I think everybody has a creative side. I really do.
Everybody's meant to be creative.
You just got to dig deep. It could be it's something cutting grass, for example.
I was about to say landscaping.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something.
Look at the wavelength. What a wavelength.
My daddy,
he's
a musician as well, but I didn't find out he was a musician until later on in life.
Yeah, we're not talking about that story. Go
ahead. But anyway, you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember my story,
man? Come on,
I love it. But one thing that he prides himself on is cutting the grass.
Yeah,
like seriously, this man will cut and you got to cut it a certain angle. Yeah. So that when the sun hits it in the shadow, you see those lines in it.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that.
Man, listen.
I'm going out there. I'm not putting lines or anything. I'm going roo, 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 whatever my body, whatever when my ancestors tell me to turn, I turn the lawnmower. They may cry out and say, turn this way. I turn. That's how I cut grass.
Man,
it burns my wife up. She'd be like, baby, move the patio furniture. Well, it's in the way. I go around it. That's a simple thing to do. But when you go around it, you leave the grass is up under. Yeah. So I just pay someone to cut it because they're gonna move all the stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is no matter what you're doing, you can be creative doing it.
Listen. That story time with Los. So one of my favorite things to do was cut grass. Reason being is because in the neighborhood that I grew up in, everybody had at least an acre lot. And everybody was just a little smidgen older. So nobody really wanted to cut their grass. I'm like, I know how to cut my grass in 30 to 45 minutes. Know how to get out and edge it in about 20 minutes. I was like, I can start cutting grass for like $65 to $75 an hour. Now it was about 10 to 12 houses on my block. Man, I was out there every 2 weeks. Yeah. You knew when I was coming. I'm finna go get this work. Because my mama and my daddy told me they was not buying me no Jordans. So I said, I got to go get it from the mud. And that's what I did. I went out there and shoveled driveways that was like winding driveways. I had like my own driveway set like this. It went like this and then it winded back out to the road. And I'm like, bruh, we had like literally enough room for half a basketball court in my driveway. And that's why all the neighborhood kids used to come out there and get ran. So anyway, I would go like, whatever it was in, be creative because I was creative at getting that money. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up wanting to work with my uncle who cut grass, and he used to be able to like cut script cursive in grass.
Oh God.
I'm like, bruh,
cursive in grass.
In grass.
See, you can be creative doing anything.
I learned how to do it, but I wasn't very good. My cursive wasn't.
That's not my thing.
No, I didn't. I don't like it. I don't like it no more though.
That's not my thing. If I could take gasoline and pour it on my grass and catch it on fire, I would do it seriously because I don't like cutting grass. I just don't. But people take pride in it, and that's the point that we're trying to get over to you is that
Right.
you can be creative in any area of life, and it brings meaning to life. I'm
It
sure you
does.
can get some deep sob story out of cutting grass. You know, I just don't. It doesn't. It doesn't razz my berries.
You stupid.
But give me a computer and
Yeah,
watch and see what I can do with a computer.
I feel you, bro.
I mean, for real, I can take a computer and do some stuff with it.
I know.
You know.
That's the reason to just be.
Yeah, Just Be Solutions. Hey, which is a great segue. Just Be Solutions is an multi I would say multi-million dollar business. One day, I'm gonna say
It's coming.
it's a multifaceted business. We are a tech business that do IT work. We can do remote IT work.
Right.
We can do work for you wherever the internet reaches, and you know where that is. It's everywhere, including outer space. We got internet in outer space now,
Yeah.
but we can do that. We One thing that we really are priding ourselves off of right now is doing video work. If you haven't seen the latest project that we've done, check out Caleb Houston. He is a public figure here in Pensacola who's doing great things. I did a short infomercial for him. Very proud of it. He has an awesome story, which also might as well talk about because it is the Brandon and Carlos show.
It is.
We are doing a documentary on the protests that happened at the Graffiti Bridge last year, around this time, matter of fact. And I'm proud to say that everybody on the crew is a Pensacolian, and majority of the crew are WPMians. Is that a word? WPMians. And I'm so hyper excited about that because it's a story that we believe collectively needs to be told. It's a protest that happened in response to the killing, the horrific killing of George Floyd last year.
Right.
And we know that Derek Chauvin was found guilty,
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
which we are he rightfully should be. I don't call that justice. I call that accountability.
Accountability.
There's a lot that more needs to be done as a whole for justice to be served for people who take Black people's lives. This documentary,
Unjustly.
this documentary highlights the story of Caleb Houston and Kyle Cole, who
Shout out to those two.
who of their own volition um, went down to the Graffiti Bridge and protested in their own way, and it was a beautiful thing because there was no violence, no property was damaged. Because the Graffiti Bridge, if you don't know what it is here in Pensacola, it is a train bridge, an overpass or
It's a
underpass.
very low. It's a
However
very
you
low.
look at
It's a
it,
very low.
it's a bridge.
It's very low. And
And
truck drivers get smacked there every day. Like
but
all the
the
time.
point is,
ahead.
they paint something whomever wants to go out there and paint, and it's not deemed as vandalism. It's
Right.
a matter of fact, I think it's encouraged.
Right.
And but last year, somebody, in memorial to George Floyd's death, they painted a picture of George Floyd, but it was defaced very quickly.
Yeah.
And so Kyle went out there with some other volunteers, and they quickly, started repainting it. And of course, it caught on, and
Right.
thousands of people were down there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there were protests that happened that changed some
Uh,
things here locally.
Yeah. they did.
And what we want to do is tell that story.
We are going to highlight that particular story.
Yeah, and it's coming. It's going to come out. It's going to come out soon. It's going to take a while to film it, but we have taken on that task. Just Be Solutions, with the help of family here at WPMM and some others out in the community, and we can't wait to show you and tell you the story. We're going to put up a website or something here soon.
We're going to let you know about it.
Yeah, to build up
Keep
anticipation.
tuning in to the Brandon and Carlos
Yeah,
show.
because you're gonna get firsthand knowledge because the director, producer, one of the film crew is sitting right here, and we're gonna be talking about it probably every Monday until we get the darn thing finished
Exactly.
to build up
And
momentum.
so when we get our Patreon, you're going to want to go over there too.
Yes, because right now we're paying for it with our own money, but our money is not as long as it would be if we get help from the community. I'm not going to ask for help from the community just yet because I believe that I first got to be a partaker of the fruit and I need to put my hands to the plow and do it myself. Then when I run out of money, when Carlos run out of money, when the other people involved run out, then we're going to come and ask you for help.
It's coming.
It's coming.
So, as we segue, we talk about ownership. That's one of the things that we got out of last year, the pandemic, as well as I call it, Civil Rights Movement Part Two.
Right.
Ownership is very, very important. This man has Just Be Solution. I have Living on Supreme.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? WPMM is also black owned. We're
Yep.
excited about that. So we're gonna talk about something that happened a couple weeks ago, about a week ago. Dwayne Wade, three-time champion Dwayne Wade, has purchased ownership stake in the Utah Jazz, joining majority owner and team governor Ryan Smith with plans to take active role in the franchise and region. Wade, an eight-time All-Star with the Miami, is the latest of several Hall of Fame level players with NBA ownership stakes, including Grant Hill with the Atlanta Hawks, Shaquille O'Neal with the Sacramento Kings. Charlotte Hornet majority owner is Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson previously had a 4% stake in the Lakers. That's major. That's major.
If you're just tuning in, we're clapping for black folks.
Yes. Okay. Like I said, that's major. So shout out to Dwayne Wade and thinking about ownership, man. That's extremely dope.
Yes,
Extremely dope.
definitely shout out.
And we said we was gonna go back real briefly to the LeBron James.
Of course.
Okay. So just real briefly, we want to get up out of here because the truth with G. The truth with G is next.
That's right.
At 6:00. Okay. So we got about a good hot 5 minutes. I'm about to hit this real quick. And then I'm gonna hit the little blurb about the census that came out.
Okay.
Okay. So LeBron, which we told you earlier in the show, he uh deleted the tweet and he caught some backlash for it. Just real quick, I'm gonna read what CNN had to say about it. And then there was actually a not Miami. There was actually a pub in Ohio that said until LeBron James is kicked out of the league, they would never show a LeBron James game ever again. And LeBron James said, "Oh shoot, we was trying to go watch the game there. He don't care."
Right.
But it was funny to me.
Yeah.
So LeBron James tweeted, then deleted a post about the killing of 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant at the hands of the Columbus police. The Ohio team was killed about 30 minutes before the verdict was given of Derek Chauvin child. James, an Ohio native, tweeted a photo of a Columbus police officer that was on the scene that did the killing. Your next accountability. CNN has not confirmed whether the officer pictured in the deleted tweet was the officer who shot and killed Micaiah, but it was. They said it isn't about the officer, he tweeted. It's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. So I'm desperate for more accountability. While he tweeted that, gathering all the facts and education do more good than anger, he said his anger is still there for what happened to that little girl. CNN has reached out to James for comment.
Mm.
Yeah. Since then, some other people, as I told you, have tried to misconstrue what he said. You know who those individuals are. They are not the highest of moral character.
Mm.
So, yeah, that part. And the census.
Okay.
The census did, in fact, come out today, the tally of the census. That was all
Did you see my name on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. But it is 331 million people, making the country's second lowest population growth rate in U.S. history. Amid that, Texas will gain 2 seats in the redistricting process. The results found. Additionally, Colorado, Florida, Montana, North Carolina, and Oregon will each gain 1 seat in Congress. California, Illinois, Michigan, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia will all lose congressional seats ahead of the 2022 midterm elections. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I wanted to read that, because it's very significant.
Right.
Understanding how our government works. The Brandon and Carlos show have been front runners for the political scene, not also here in Pensacola, but also in the nation. So I wanted you guys to hear because those seats are very, very, very important to the political process. So that was my quick little blurb at the end of the show. We literally have 2 minutes left. Bruh, take it away.
Because of the census, um, there are more congressional seats. So that means places like Florida,
Mhm.
who are Republican,
Yeah,
they get a extra how many seats?
get extra one seat.
Extra one seat. And that one seat could mean a big deal.
Yeah,
You know, especially man, that's crazy. I mean, that's how it works.
that's how it works.
A representation based upon population.
Yep.
And so I get it. But whew,
It's a lot. It's a lot, and that's why you got to keep up with uh, the political arena because it directly affects you. Like that HB1 crap that passed. If we had that extra seat that was flipped the right way, it probably wouldn't have passed.
well, and with it, well,
But
like if it was in the state,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Like I said, there's a lot of different components, but we'll keep you up to par on what you need to know,
right.
and that's our pledge for real, for real. So
It is. Well, it's been a great show.
it has.
Before we get up out of here, we just want to say, don't you go anywhere because we do have more shows tonight. We have the Truth with G that is coming on at 6 p.m. And then we also have Jazz and Flow, which is after Truth with G,
Jazz.
With Mike Riley, the voice. Uh, hang out with Jazz and Flow Nation because they're going to take you on into the night hour. And then, of course, tomorrow we have some great programming. Again, check out WPMMradio.com. We did an overhaul of the website, and we're not clapping for ourselves because we believe that someone else should clap for us as it relates to when it comes to personal. We should clap for ourselves as a people, but as a person, we shouldn't. I made the website. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. I made the website.
Listen.
If you want to see my work and you need a website, click on the link at the very bottom, Just Be Solutions. You go right to our webpage.
Right.
You can see all the services that we offer.
Listen,
if you have a business, I'm sorry, Carlos. If you have a business, there is something that we offer that you need. Go ahead.
I was about to plug you.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to plug you.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is just because he's my boy and my brother does not mean I'm just gonna plug him. He does excellent work. Okay, you can go to LOS Supreme. Check out the website.
Yeah,
okay?
LO Supreme.
Yeah. Yeah, what I say?
LOS Supreme.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
LO Supreme. But it spells LOS. Y'all get it.
Yeah.
All right. And then if you come to me, I get 5%. So come through here. I'm just playing. It's a joke.
Hey, yeah, if you say you got it from him, hey, I don't mind. I share the wealth. All right, stay tuned for G, the Truth with G.